Not knowing your core masculine purpose can cause all kind of problems in your relationship life. And in this video, I want to basically lay down a core kind of principle that I've come up with based on learning through reading and similar videos to these, using them in my personal life, in my relationships, and it's worked a dream, I'll be honest. Still haven't got things perfected, always trying to improve myself, but for things that I truly believe can help other people, I'm going to make these videos, and this is a very special one because it's a real foundation, it's a pillar, and I'll use it in future videos to refer to. So if you see me looking down, I've made a Word document, and it's just to make this video a bit more concise and make sure that I'm creating the best content for you guys, basically. So if you haven't gathered it already, I don't want to go down the whole guru stuff. I hope I'm not coming across like patronizing or anything. It's just simply me talking to kind of a younger version of myself, as I said, and hope it helps. Let me know in the comments, we'll see. But I want to call this vision, drive, execution. So this is the principle we're going over, and the reason why I've kind of made it is because I've always been confused with purpose, and it coming across in videos and books I've read, and it's been confusing because it's like it could be anything. My purpose now, like, first of all, I don't know it, and second of all, my purpose in like 50 years, if I live that long, could be completely different. I don't know what my purpose, my life purpose, is going to be. When you go into it deeply, I know people mean other things. They mean like within a whole life you have multiple purposes, but it's a bit difficult. It's one of those buzzwords, and I want to try and lay it down a little bit easier with the way I do personally. And I've started to look at it like this, and it's helped my life dramatically. It's going really well this year when I'm using this tactic, and hope you get my words out. Hope you guys can do it. So first of all, vision. Let's go for it. So vision is kind of like wearing some glasses or to see your trajectory of life, and not in the way of where's my life going to go on my current situation, because if your situation's not great at the moment and you pull it on, you might think, that's not very good. I don't mean it like that. I mean it like what do you want out of life? You know, what are the things in life so far that if you've really liked and you've thought, yeah, I'm having that in my life? When I was a lot younger, I'll go from my example. I did want kind of like the mansion, the nice car and everything. And I'll be honest, it's changed a lot, and it's changed through being out in nature a lot more. Climbed a few mountains, seems a small thing, but I think it changed my mind a lot. And I read a book called The Power of Now. That was brilliant, about being in the moment, and exploring my own faith as well in Christianity. That really helped massively, and my whole I've kind of shifted more now to more of a wholesome outlook on life, and I want family, I want freedom. I go through a bunch of like random hobbies. Like I'll be doing photography one week, next week I'll be playing a trumpet, and then I'll put it down, leave it for a few months. And I've always thought to myself that's kind of a bit of a bad thing because I'm just like all over the place. But then I thought to myself, you know what, I enjoy that and I want that in my life. So that's another thing that I've recently added, is I want the freedom to be able to just have whatever hobbies, interests I want, and have the money to be able to explore them. It'll be brilliant, and I can learn things. I've just recently picked up Spanish, brought a couple Spanish lessons, and I'd love to be able to do that throughout my life, and also give my kids that opportunity. So these are the kind of things I'd like you guys to think about in this vision section, and it might take a bit of going over it. You might not get it straight away, and you might be at the phase that I was in the sense of you might still think very materialistically, which a lot of people end up saying it's not really the case, and there's more to life than that. You just got to figure out what it is. But look, if there's a really nice car that you want and you genuinely really want it, And you don't want it because other people really want it, but you just as in you think you'll look good to other people, you just genuinely want to drive that car. I get that. I've got a couple in my mind. Then do it, have it part of it. And the main thing about vision is you're seeing it, so it's going to happen. And what you want to start to think about as well is, how does that happen? You know, what do you need? How much money do you need? I've kind of made like an estimate of how much money I'm going to need for my ideal like house. It's, to be honest, I want a tiny house, but I would like a little bit of land for some animals and stuff, a little kind of mini farm. I'd love that. So I've started to think, you know, how much money that will cost? How can I weigh it? And instead of them just being dreams, like kind of backwards engineer them and see what I need to do, and you'll get to the place that you're at now eventually, and then think, right, that means I need to start having a little side hustle, or I need to get a promotion, I need to go into this to get that. You know, it starts to feel more realistic, because now the goal is actually becoming alive, because that thing is part, let me rephrase it from the beginning actually. You got to buy that thing or that life, and you the process of getting it, you're in now. This is what I'm trying to say. I shouldn't go off the script, should I? But yeah, you're part of it now, so you're on the path, and the ball has started rolling, and you're going towards the goal. That's what I'm trying to say. So vision, you've got it. And now the next thing is structure. So we kind of know what needs to happen to get there, and now we've got to kind of build a little bit of a structure around getting there. And with the structure, with AI now, it's brilliant. You can literally speak to AI, tell it your goal, and say, how do I get there, and tell it what you're going to do. Say this YouTube channel, I'd love for this YouTube channel to get to 100,000 subscribers. It's not even that many. I don't even want to be huge. I want a small little community of guys where we can actually chat and figure out things that we're stuck on. 100k would be great. Now I can speak to ChatGPT. Actually, I should have thought about this and actually done it, but anyway, I can speak to ChatGPT, and I probably will after this video now. I've not actually added it as a kind of strategic goal, but I will now. Specifically that 100k. I've got others with my YouTube channel, but it'll tell me exactly pretty much what I've got to do to get to that. There will always be an element of luck, but you want a situation where you could say to AI or say to your friend, and this is great with the structure, it's objective, so you can tell other people. So you kind of make an objective structure where it can be judged by AI or your friends, and say, is this possible? Apologies, my camera just died. But yeah, so you want this objectively judged structure, and you'll know that it works. Basically, that's what I'm trying to get at. Now, something to add to this, of course, you'll have probably so much time, like an hour a day, or whatever the goal is. You'll have so much time put towards this, and then you might have other goals as well, and you're putting them all into play, and your day looks pretty full. And the importance is to have downtime. There's downtime and there's free time as well. Downtime, to be honest with you, they're the same thing. But what I like to have is kind of, I have things classed as downtime that might be, say, go to the gym, and it's still productive, it's great, but it's a time just to chill. And I go to the sauna or steam room as well. Luckily, I have one with a sauna next to me. Very grateful for it. And I can sit there, relax, and it's still like an appointment to do something in a sense. But I'm chilled, and it's very, very important. Also have your free time. I try and get most of my things done in the week, and on the weekend it'd be free. So that's sorted now. Structure, you've got this you can have it however way you like. I'm sure there's loads of videos out there on how to create a good structure, a routine, etc. I tend to have it on like a spreadsheet, but then I always kind of veer off from the exact times, but I have it like roughly the same, like the right orders, because life is so random. I'd say morning routine is very important though. It doesn't have to be like 5 a.m. I wake up I have to be at work at 6. I wake up at 6. Have to be at work by 8. But I do some stretching and I do a little bit of language practice. Sounds crazy, like I'm some CEO that does this crazy stuff, because it is, if you're doing like those two understanding. But trust me, this time last year I was literally waking up probably 20 minutes before I had to be at work and getting into work. So it's doable. You just got to slowly ease into it and you'll do it, man, trust me. So execution, this is simply doing. You are the doer. You can have all of this structure around you, but you comes down to you. And basically it can be quite easy because, as I said, what I was trying to explain earlier, the ball's rolling, you're working towards your goal, which you're really excited about. And if you're not very excited about it, then have a little think about that vision bit, you know, put those glasses on and think, actually, maybe I want to do this instead, and restructure the goal, the structure, right? One thing I do actually want to go back and just say with the structure bit, you do want it constantly evolving in that sense, because once that goal's sorted, you need to go back. So just something I missed on structure, sorry. Yeah, keep evolving. So in the execution bit, what worked really well for me is starting this year, so it's February now, me and my friend, we trust each other pretty well. We got like a pact. I'd actually say we trust each other pretty well. We trust each other very, very well, I'll be honest. For us to do this as well, I mean, we're basically saying if any of us, we've agreed certain things, don't have your whole schedule on there because you'll break that. You know, as I said, people will speak to you, your mom might speak to you a little bit more, or your dad might call you up, or, you know, there's so many different things that come into life which are great. You know, if someone's talking to you and you want to catch up, then stand with them, have a chat with them, and you might have to just move your day around, but as long as like the key things get done, that's the main thing. And this is what this bit comes into play, because life can be a mess, and structure is not always realistic, but going to the gym minimum 3 times per week, it's pretty realistic. I go 5 times a week normally, but if we bring it back a little bit and say have room for life to happen, and say minimum, come on, let's hit 3 days, and there's 7 days in a week, so I've got more than enough chances. So I wrote that down, that's one of mine. I've got some business related ones. I've got no alcohol, I've got no porn, sorry, but it's a realistic subject, and I've got I'm trying to think now, I should know, shouldn't I? I'm gonna have to look at these notes. I think that's all I've got for like the no. No social media, sorry, that's the one I missed out. So I don't have Instagram, YouTube. Sorry, I have YouTube, but I don't have YouTube shorts. Try and stay away from them. And sorry, that this light's gone off. Yeah, Instagram, TikTok, any of that, I try and stay away from. I make shorts because I try and make the ones who use it a bit more educational and hopefully help your life rather than some of the random stuff that's on there. So yeah, add things to that and say with my friend, you're gonna have to pay £500 to, we've got like a charity we don't agree with, which I'm not going to mention the charity because you'll all probably hate me. I'm gonna have to put my engine on. Hopefully you can also hear me all right. I'll have to speak up a little bit if it's quiet. So pretty much have this agreement with your friend, if you can. If not, have it set between yourself, it's going to be harder. Or say a family member who you trust. The good thing about a friend is if they're doing it at the same time, then they kind of, it's real accountability, you know. And if I were to break this, I'm kind of cheating my mate, and it's not fair on him because he's doing it, you know, and he's sticking to it, and I'm just indulging and whatnot, and not having to pay any of the fee. So that really helps me, and pretty much that's that. You get the key ideas now of the vision, structure and execution, but the execution bit is I've given you that kind of extra like agreement with your friend, that accountability partner. That's like, it's brilliant. It's a brilliant top tip. It's not 100% necessary, but it's brilliant. Now, I'm going to add some quick notes towards the end that I've put. You want to not take away anything from that agreement with your friend. Add things like, say, YouTube. Since this agreement, I've started making YouTube videos, and I want to make one a week. So I'm like, well, how do I make sure I do make one a week? Add it to the agreement. I wrote a little thing, signed it, sent it off to my mate. So you'll be seeing videos once a week from me now, for sure. Because I don't want to be out of pocket £500. So yeah, I don't want to ramble on for too long, but they're the core principles, and let me know how it all goes. All right, and if you agree with it or disagree with it, let me know in the comments, and give me a subscribe if you want to see further videos that are similar to this. I try and be as wholesome as I can, not too guru style, and hope it helps you.